Hello, and in this video we're going to be looking at the links and the anchor tag. So I've got my Visual Studio open with a basic start program. I've got my Explorer open, and in this tutorial we just need one image, and it's my Birth Creations logo.png. And I've also created an HTML file which I've got open here, and I've got my live web page open here. So links, so let's create a link, and with the link we use the A tag, and let's say we want a link to Google. Okay, so absolutely does nothing apart from some text, because we haven't actually linked it. Link as a placeholder because it has no href attribute. So let's go ahead and give it that href attribute. So in the opening tag, so let's give a href, and because it's Google, let's go to google.com. So straight away you'll notice by default, once you give it a link, it goes blue and underlined. And if you click it, yeah, it goes to the Google thing. When we come back, it's obviously changed to a purple. This indicates that you've already linked it once. And you've noticed with other websites it does similar things. But all this can be changed within CSS once you get that far to make this a bit more tidy of the link. But this is what it's like by default. And the settings in HTML. So, yep, that links to Google. So that is a link. So, straightforward. So all you do is use the A tag, use the H reference to link to the website you want to link to, and then give it a placeholder in the content, so you've got some idea what you're clicking on or what it's going to do. Google or Google website, whatever. And then you end the tag. And that's as simple as that. Let me just shook. So the href attribute is used to indicate a link's destination. So if I just keep it separate, just do an HR there. So we're also going to show you there's different ways, because that obviously opened up when I clicked on that in the same web page, and we have to backtrack to get to that. Copy that, paste it there, and we run that. So then you got two Googles. If we click it, will go to the Google website, and again we have to backtrack to there. But one of the things you can do, you can use an attribute called target, and you can tell it to open in different pages. So if I use target, and we need to equals, that's having a wobble at the moment because target, and if we do dash like that on the floor, and then we do put the word blank in and save that. So what this does is actually opened up in another tab. So our previous tab's there and the new one's over here, and then you can just go vice versa. I'm just going to close that down now. So it's still gone to Google, but not like the first one where it's open in the same tab. And then you have to backtrack. So if you want it to open in a different web page, or blank web page, you use the dash blank within the target attribute, and this creates a new tab and then opens up Google within there. So there's some other targets you can use. So the blank one opens a linked document in a new folder or tab. Self with the dash on the floor opens a linked document in the same frame as it was clicked. This is default. So that first Google one is set by default. Then you've got parent opens a linked document in a parent frame, and then you've got the dash top opens a linked document in the full body of the window, and then there's also frame name opens a linked document in the named iframe. Okay, just so you know they're there. I'm not going to show you all these today. You can easily Google them and available on the W3 Schools website. Let's bring in href equals creations .png, and then I need to open the image rc equals the creations logo .png. Run that. So on the screen we have both the creations, crafts, gifts and crafts of fun. This is an old logo of mine, so that appears there. So what this one does, if we click on it, it then opens up in the same tab the actual image as it is in that file. But you can also change this href. Say if I had got Birth Creations up and running, you could do that. Or it's under maintenance at the moment, so I can't actually do that. So if we change this href to a Google website, with HTTP on it, and then when you click this logo, it then goes to Google. So that's linking a logo image. But also, what you can do PNG, so that one then relate to the file. What you can do, you can set this to be downloadable. So just bring this down. So Birth Creations logo is actually loaded down onto my program, onto my computer. So to do that, the actual reference, you actually put the name of the file, and then you put the download attribute to say that this can be downloaded onto the computer, and then the image source is obviously the image is actually Birth Creations. So that's how you download files. This could be anything, any kind of document really, as long as you put that document in there, and then when you click on that image it will download that document. So I'm just going to copy this previous one. Okay. Now this obviously would download the file as we put it in here. You can also change it. So I want to change it to logo.png. So we downloaded that. It's downloaded as logo and not the Birth Creations logo. So if you want to download files from the website to let the user have them, that's how you do that. It can be any document really, as long as it's not too big, or should be waiting forever. what we're going to do now is just look at a navigation bar so you can understand how that gets set up. So you see these all the time. Now we use the navigation tag, and then in that element we use the anchor tags, and obviously where we're linking it to, which we'll leave blank for now. And then you always see home literally first, and then we have another anchor href equals, and then we'll have a about page, and then we'll have this h reference again, and you normally see a gallery. I mean, these can be anything, but this is just what you commonly use. And then we'll just have some of these, if you've got an account set up on this web page, then you'll see that. So there you see that you've got the home, about, gallery and account. They don't actually link anywhere because we're not given them an href value. But say you've got your about page on another web page completely, then you'd stick in about, especially if you call it HTML, and then that will go to that page, as long as it's in the same directory, or you'd have to put the file name in as well. So that's roughly how you do gallery, but obviously with some styling and stuff, and then shift it to the right over here to say how it look like in a web page. So what we're going to do as well is I'm just going to chuck in a load of H1s. I've just put content. What I want to do is I want to scroll down the page to show some other links. So before that goes, one more. Oh yeah, completely. Okay. So what you see in a lot of web pages as well, you see a link. So let's say, okay, the page is scrolled. Obviously, it can be way down, but this is just scrolled a little bit, but you'll see the thing. But say down here, I want to click the link that takes me back to the top of the page. So again, we use the A link. If we just put hash in there, ID, we won't call it hash, then we just call it back to top. Save that. So if we scroll down here, and then you can see the link, if we click that, it takes us back to the top. Now by default, if href equals a hash, that takes you to the top of the page. But what you can also do is put something in there, and let's call it top. Okay, and then at the top of your program, let's say inside this first line of code, let's just put an ID, and let's call it top. Now, obviously, you can have one ID, the same name. And I think I actually have to put hash. Oh, there's Musky. Hash top. So it knows there's an ID. So if I save that again, press top, takes me to the top. Because that top ID, I'll put in the first line of code here, ID top. So it will make sure that's visible. So that's where it scrolls up to this first, which is it's in within this element here. And say that I want to scroll down to the bottom of the page, so we can put a link in here. And let's call this bottom. we're getting the hash, which we're going to put it as an ID. I'm just going to call it bottom for now. Down here, let's say, I can actually put it in this last other anchor. Put an ID equals bottom. Obviously you don't need to put the hash because you're actually declaring it as an ID there. So now, up here at the top here, the first thing, you've got bottom. So if I just, so it follows down the page, click bottom, it takes me so that because the bottom ID is in within this element, it makes sure that's visible on the screen. So that's how you scroll, and you can just go back to the top. Now, because it didn't, as you notice there, at the top, because that thing was inside that element, it's not putting that on back on the screen. So what you do is move that and put it in so the actual link, just so that when you do scroll back to the top, it actually does the last thing on the goes to the very top, because that's the first thing you put in, and you just keep going backwards, forwards, up and down. So that's how you scroll from top up. And you can also use this because you've got a lot of content down your page to link to different sections. That's where the nav bar comes in. So this nav bar would be at the top, and you could put bottom page, top, although you'd be at the top. And then you'll have a section called About. You'd click on that and it will scroll to the About page, About section, sorry, of this page or gallery. Or if you've got it on a different web page altogether, then you can link it to the actual web page rather than just linking it inside this scrolling page. Depending on how you design your web page, you can have it as just one leaflet design, which is just things on one page, and then you click things in here to take it to different parts of this scrolling text, or put it in a different web page, depending on what you're doing and how you're designing it. There's many ways you can design your stuff, but that's just the basic outline. And how you do stuff. So if I just briefly show you, so this home, here. So if I go in here and I link it to the bottom, say, and then if I just make sure that we're scrolled at the top so you can't see the bottom. So if I click home, and it goes to, shows the bottom of the page, because that's what that H reference is, bottom. And we'll go back to the top. And let's just say an account. We'll change that to cache top. Remember, you can create the ID once, but you can use it many times. So it works. So if I just scroll down a bit and hit account, it takes it to the top. And takes it to the bottom. So it takes it to the top. So you can sort of see how it sort of works, but obviously it'd be better than this. You wouldn't have, proper sections that was descriptive just to these buttons you're clicking. So that covers the anchor tag and what you can do with it. Obviously we've used it in some of the other lectures, but that's clearly how that works as well. So you can start putting things together. And as you can see, it's very useful, and it's something you're going to use a lot of. It's one of the most used tags, so it's worth knowing. So have a play around with that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If I could ask a favour to help support this new channel, that you hit that subscribe button and then select all on the bell for future videos that are coming out. And then I'd appreciate if you also hit the like button. This will help the channel grow, and then I shall carry on doing videos as I know they're being watched and appreciated. And then can you also check out the website that I'm just briefly going to show you. So this is the website that I've created. to help with this course. You obviously see it's BF Creations. I haven't completely finished this website yet, so there's no login or join at the moment, but this is the first course I've created, which is HTML5. And if you scroll down a bit, you'll see future videos coming up and courses that are starting and what's available at the moment. Down in the download section, you'll see that there are some download sheets. And simply for each one, you just click on the download and it will appear up in the corner and it will download to your PC or laptop or whatever you're using. These are just some PDF documents I've created to go with this course. You've got the category tag sheet that we cover. That's also the tag sheet in alphabetical order, and you've got the tag sheet, attribute sheet to go with the tags, and then the last one is the HTML course file. So at the end of each lesson, the HTML code that we've used is available at the end of each course and lesson we've done. You click the download one, that will download all the different lessons we've covered and the actual on-screen code that I've used to help you follow that. So I hope these are helpful. Leave comments in the videos as well so I can make improvements. Tell me what you think. Hope it's all been easy to follow and I appreciate it. Thanks for watching this video and I shall see you in the next one. On this course they are released every Tuesday evening, so hopefully you'll follow along and clicking that bell will help get notifications of that. So thank you very much and thank you for watching.